Hey guys, welcome back to my summer signing series. Today we are continuing our progress in the Premier League. We're covering the biggest teams from all around the world, but starting off with the Premier League. We've done Arsenal, we're now moving in alphabetical order and we're going along to Chelsea. Now, it's a bit of a complicated one. They've already made one big signing, and that is of course Kante, for about 32 to 35 million pounds. We're not 100% sure on the exact price, but it seems to be around 32 million pounds. And that pretty much is the only big signing they've made, along with Batshuayi. Now, the reason I say big signing, Batshuayi does look like a great player. However, I'm not so sure what it means. Does it mean that potentially Costa's on his way out? Apparently Atletico Madrid are interested. Maybe he's going to be battling it out with Costa to get his first team position. That's Batshuayi, I mean. And obviously I don't think they've got Falcao anymore, but he's still in the game, of course, at Chelsea. They've got Pato and Remy as well, and Traore. And I'm not really sure what's going on there. But either way, Kante, for me, is one of the best signings of the summer so far. I'm not sure why he's gone. From Leicester to Chelsea, from Champions League to not having any Europe. It's a little bit of a weird one, but obviously he wants to join a bigger club, which, let's be honest, they are. And I reckon he just thinks in a couple of years Chelsea will be back at the top. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's true. They've got a new manager in Conte, and here are the signings I think he should be going for. So 100% they need a right back. Ivanovic is not good enough, and he hasn't been good enough for at least a season now. Also, they absolutely need a new centre back. I know John Terry is still good. He is still worthy of a position, or a contract I should say, but I do think Chelsea will need a centre-back. So similar options to the video that I had with Arsenal. We've got Koulibaly, Bonucci in this one, Manolas and Mustafi. Now, as I'm recording this, Mustafi it seems to be the choice of Conte at the moment, but maybe that's because he's trying to get the others but not getting so successful. Mustafi at the moment looks likely. Mahrez as a winger, now that Kante's left, maybe Mahrez will too. And Vardy will be the only one that stays out of that trio. Now, a quick word on Cuadrado. He should be back at Chelsea for next season. As of right now, I can't seem to find any proof that he's continuing a loan with Juventus, so it should be that he's back from his loan and he'll be a Chelsea player next season. So obviously we can take him off the shortlist. So it does make me think that maybe they don't need a right midfielder so much, or a winger in general, or a left midfielder. But if they do, I think Mahrez and Candreva could be very good choices. But honestly, I think it's all about their defence. They need a right back and they need a centre back. Now, Juventus have just gone ahead and signed Dani Alves. What does that mean for Lichtsteiner? I think Lichtsteiner could potentially be a great option for Chelsea. So we'll go ahead and make an offer and see if we can get him cheap. 9 million as his value, which is ridiculous. I'll go ahead and throw in 10 and just see what they say. However, I do actually think Florenzi would be a better choice for Chelsea. He will be more expensive, but he is younger and arguably, for the future, would be the better signing of the two. But at the moment, I'm just scouting him. We'll see how much he's worth soon. I'm guessing it'd be at least 20 to 30 million to sign him. Now, for defenders, someone to come in and help out defensively, I think it needs to be Zuma with someone on this list. I'm not sure John Terry should be a given starter. I think there's not quite enough quality there. I know some Chelsea fans are going to disagree with me, and that's absolutely fine, but John Terry for me needs a backup, or someone that he can be backup to. So Koulibaly, Bonucci, Manolas and Mustafi. As I've said, right now it looks like Mustafi is going to be the more likely choice, but for me, it's all about Bonucci. I would absolutely throw money at Juventus to get Bonucci as well as Lichtsteiner. Or Florenzi at Roma, but Bonucci could be on his way to Man City. I think Chelsea should really be trying to hijack this deal. So I'm going to go ahead and offer. It doesn't actually look like he's going to be too expensive, but again, I'm going to go in with a strong offer of 22 million to start off with. Although in real life, it's going to be at least 40 to 50 million to sign him, and he is one of the best centre-backs in the world right now. I think we'll leave the wingers as well, so let's just sort out defensive options first. Well, that was easy then. Juventus have accepted both offers. So 22 million for Bonucci. I wouldn't recommend offering 22 million then. I guess you could go even lower, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to go ahead and get this deal over the line straight away. Crucial first team player, and I'm going to give him 3 years because why not? And they also offered the 10 million deal for Lichtsteiner. I'll tell you what, if any team in the world can get Lichtsteiner and Bonucci for around 30 million, that would be insane, but I'd say it's pretty much impossible we'll do 3 years as well and get him in at right back because Ivanovic has got to go, man. Absolutely woeful last season. And there we have it, guys. Both players have accepted. So that was really, really easy. And I've just realised that Arsenal, we signed 2 Napoli players. And now at Chelsea, we've signed 2 Juventus players. It looks like this Serie A is going to be raided this summer. But let's go ahead and put these guys into the team. And straight away, I think this team looks a lot stronger. Now, although Bonucci is 1 rating lower than Terry, you can ignore that. There's no doubt in my mind that Bonucci would be an upgrade. And Lichtstein at right back, even though he's 31 years old, there's definitely a few years left in him. And I think he would improve this Chelsea side a lot. But like I said, I would still go with Florenzi. I'm going to go ahead and find out how much he would cost anyway, just for a bit of fun. So surprisingly, his value's only 8 million in the game. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe he would be about the same as Lichtsteiner. I mean, look at that, 10.1 to 11.9. So actually, I probably would have gone with Florenzi had I known he would be this cheap. I kind of rushed into it, but either of those players would be great. But again, Florenzi for me would be the ideal choice for Chelsea. I think Florenzi could walk into most teams these days because there aren't actually that many world-class right-backs around anymore. And especially at the age of 24, he's got the potential to become world-class in the next few years. Now, do I go for a right-sided player? Because I am thinking that Chelsea need potentially another winger, even though Cuadrado is coming back. But more importantly, I think Chelsea might need another attacking midfielder, another number 10, because let's be honest, Oscar hasn't been great over the last 12 months. So I'm feeling a little bit cautious to talk about this, but Real Madrid supposedly have put Rodriguez up for sale, or James as he's known. I actually think Chelsea could do a lot worse. I think Rodriguez would still be a very good signing for any team, but reportedly they want 60 million plus for him. I think that's not because that's what they think he's worth, but more because they sunk so much money into him, they need to make some of it back. And I don't think there's going to be anyone in the world right now who would buy James for 60 million. There's no way he's worth that much. So maybe Chelsea could try and get him for a little bit less, maybe offer a player. I think Rodriguez would actually be very good for Chelsea. I think maybe at Madrid it hasn't quite worked out because he hasn't been able to play every single game. They've got other players like Isco who he has to fight with. Isco's another good choice maybe. But I think at Chelsea, behind the striker, behind Diego Costa, Batshuayi, whoever it may be, Hazard on the left, Cuadrado or Willian on the right, I think he could do very well. So just out of interest, how much would it cost me to sign James in this game? So I'm going to go in with 45 million. However, I don't have enough to offer 45, so we are going to have to add a player in. And I think actually Remy would be a good choice. So if we bring this down to say 25 million plus Remy, it's going to be a no, but at least you guys can then have a look and see how much he's actually worth. And of course, it's unacceptable and they're not interested in the deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this down to you guys. Try this signing out and let me know how you got him. So if you replicated what I've done and bought the other 2 players from Juventus, then tell me how you managed to get Rodriguez and which player you decided to include in the deal, or if you didn't include anyone. But other than that, I think Chelsea are good to go. I'm a little bit scared about this next season because I genuinely don't know how Chelsea are going to get on. I believe they lost yesterday in a pre-season game, but obviously pre-season means nothing. But I think with Conte coming in, if they do make a couple more signings, Kante included, obviously he's already gone through, they could be a force to be reckoned with, especially because they're not going to be in the Champions League or Europa League next season. They're going to be able to fully focus on the league and obviously the FA Cup, Capital One Cup as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea do actually climb back into the top 4 next season and potentially get themselves an FA Cup win as well. They've got a big squad. They've got a lot of players out on loan which they could recall or have recalled already for the next season. So who knows how it's going to go. But let me know your thoughts below. Just remember, this is all a bit of fun. It's just a series where I try to think how I could improve the squad, not only in FIFA, but how to do it in real life as well. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And we'll be continuing into the next Premier League team in the next episode. I think I'm doing about 6, 7 or 8 episodes in the Premier League. And then I'm going to move to the Bundesliga, La Liga and teams like that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one very soon.